The Extraordinary Chambers in the Courts of Cambodia was established in response to the crimes committed by the Khmer Rouge in Cambodia between 1975 and 1979. Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge seized power in Cambodia on April 17, 1975. They renamed the country Democratic Kampuchea. They ruled until they were toppled on January 6, 1979. It is believed that as many as 1.7 million Cambodians, 1/4 of the population, died from execution, torture, starvation, and other inhumane living conditions during the Khmer Rouge regime. In 1997, the royal government of Cambodia requested assistance from the United Nations to try senior Khmer Rouge leaders. After several years of negotiations, an agreement was reached in 2003, providing for international participation and assistance to the ECCC. The ECCC is a special Cambodian court. It applies both national and international law. The ECCC became fully operational in July 2007. The Extraordinary Chambers in the Courts of Cambodia can only try two categories of alleged perpetrators: senior leaders of Democratic Kampuchea and those believed to be most responsible for the crimes committed between April 17, 1975 and January 6, 1979. The crimes being prosecuted by the ECCC include genocide, crimes against humanity, grave breaches of the 1949 Geneva Conventions, as well as murder, torture, and religious persecution within the meaning of the Cambodian Penal Code of 1956. The ECCC has so far detained and charged the following persons: Geng Gek Yew, alias Duk, Deputy Chairman and later Chairman of S21; Nun Chia, Deputy Secretary of the Communist Party of Kampuchea; Khieu Samphan, Head of State during Democratic Kampuchea; Ieng Sary, former Deputy Prime Minister in charge of Foreign Affairs; and Ieng Thierit, former Minister of Social Affairs. The maximum punishment for anyone convicted by the ECCC is life imprisonment. Cambodian law does not permit the death penalty. Any charged person and any accused before the ECCC have the right to be represented by both a Cambodian and an international defense lawyer of their own choice. They shall be presumed innocent so long as guilt has not been established through a final judgment. The ECCC has two co-prosecutors, one Cambodian and one international. Investigations of crimes and suspected perpetrators are launched upon request from these co-prosecutors. The co-prosecutors send a request for investigation to the co-investigating judges, one Cambodian, one international. The co-investigating judges carry out the actual investigation in an independent manner. They conduct their investigation impartially. They are obliged to search for both inculpatory as well as exonerating evidence. Once the investigation is concluded, the co-investigating judges issue a closing order. In the closing order, they may either indict the charged person and send him or her to trial, or dismiss the case, thereby ending the proceedings against the charged person. A decision of the co-investigating judges is subject to appeal before the ECCC's pre-trial chamber. The pre-trial chamber is composed of 3 Cambodian and 2 international judges. They hear appeals and motions relating to the investigative phase of a case, such as appeals relating to provisional detention or other decisions made by the co-investigating judges. Once a case is sent for trial, the trial chamber takes over responsibility for the case. The trial chamber is composed of 3 Cambodian and 2 international judges. The trial chamber examines all evidence presented and hears witness testimony. At the conclusion of the trial chamber issues a verdict. In the verdict, the trial chamber judges decide, based on the evidence and arguments presented during trial, whether the accused person is guilty or not guilty in the eyes of the law. In case of conviction, they decide what sentence to impose. Parties may appeal any trial chamber decision to the Supreme Court chamber. The Supreme Court chamber is composed of 4 Cambodian and 3 international judges. Supreme Court chamber decisions are final and they cannot be appealed. The ECCC has special voting rules. These rules ensure that neither Cambodian nor international judges can make decisions alone. In order to make a decision in the pretrial chamber and the trial chamber, 4 out of 5 judges must vote together. In the Supreme Court chamber, decisions are taken by a supermajority of 5 out of 7 judges. For example, if only 3 out of 5 trial chamber judges believe that an accused is guilty, there is no supermajority and the accused must be set free. However, if 4 out of 5 judges believe that an accused is guilty, a supermajority will have been reached and the person will be convicted and sentenced. The ECCC is the first court of its kind to allow victims to participate directly in the trial proceedings as civil parties. Civil parties are represented by lawyers who can question the accused and witnesses during trial. Civil parties can make claims for collective and moral reparations. However, no individual monetary compensation may be awarded. During the trial phase, civil party representation in court is coordinated by 2 co-lead lawyers, 1 Cambodian and 1 international. Since the ECCC was set up as a special chambers with the mandate to prosecute a limited number of persons, the extraordinary chambers in the Courts of Cambodia will cease its operations once its mandate is completed. In addition to the 5 persons already detained and charged with crimes before the ECCC, a request to prosecute another 5 persons is pending before the co-investigating judges. None of the 5 have been charged as of December 2010.